Now D2L has changed a little bit, probably since the last time you used it, and I want to go through some of these modifications and updates. Now here's the opening screen you'll now see for D2L. As you can see, the view of my courses has changed, and they now put images. For example, for Math 630, you'll have this little image right now of a flower, and I could change that if I want, but it's one of the ways they're trying to help you see your courses better. So if I click on Math 630, and I want to make sure that I am in student mode, and it says viewing a student, so that you have an idea of what it's going to look like on your end. Now, a lot of the features should look similar, just they've updated some of the fonts and kind of tried to streamline some things so it doesn't look so busy. When I open mine up, the way I've set it up is that on the left-hand side, you'll see a content browser. On the right side, this is kind of like an announcements view of the calendar. Now, some people like that, some people don't. So what you can also do is, if you look, you have all these navigation bars up here at the top. And so the calendar one allows you to actually see the calendar in multiple views. To me, the most relevant view is in the month view, and for some people it's not always the default, so you may have to click on it. Now just click on month. But say you like it in list view, you can click it over to the list view, which is kind of like what that front screen had, or even to week view if you prefer. But again, I click on month, and there I have listed exactly what's going on my calendar on my end. The other things up here, as you saw in the front, there's that content browser. All of that is housed in what's actually called the content folder. So here, if I click on content, I can find everything that can be useful. The syllabus, links to get out of the program will be in here, including how to get to Adobe Connect. You've got the PBA information. Some of these are blank because they're being hidden for now. To get to the lecture videos that can be helpful for your for the class, the first homework. So I can click on any of these files and it'll take me directly there. And I can also just click on a module on the left hand side and it'll take me just to the information that's in that module. And again, a lot of this right now is blocked because the class hasn't been open. But definitely it's good to get in here, look how things are set up, see what you can pull up. One thing to pay attention to, when you click on an object that is a Word document or a PDF, it will open it up in the preview. What you need to do is scroll to the bottom and actually download it to open it up on your computer versus just in this preview. And that's going to be an important thing some people get confused about at the beginning. So you click download, then you can open it on your own computer. But if you just need to see something quick, that preview method can be pretty helpful. And then I can go back here to follow the tabs at the top. I can go syllabus, and then that also could put me back in my table of contents. We talked about the calendar. Next one over is assignments. Now this used to be called the Dropbox, so now we call this assignments. And what you'll see in here are what used to be our Dropboxes. So I'll have to make sure that all the language in our documents say assignments from now on. But what you'll do is, just like the old Dropbox, you would click on, say, homework 1, and you have the ability still to add a file. If you need to make a comment, you can make comments down here. It works exactly like the old aspect that was called Dropbox, but now it's called assignments. The next one over there is going to be grades. So if you want to keep up with how are your grades, what are you being graded on, all that will show up here, as well as how the categories are broken down, so you know exactly where you stand throughout the entire semester. Discussions is where you'll have a couple discussion forums, and you will post several activities. You can see I've got a few up here already, one for our 4th class that we'll have with directions. And so it just works like the old discussions. You're going to click on it, say I want to go to class 4, and it'll tell me to start a new thread so that I can see it, as well as have all the information about what was expected for that activity. And then as we do part of the PVAs, we will have groups, and you'll see the group set up, but I haven't fully set the groups. You'll have your group created, and we'll put you in there once we get to that point. Other than that, that's pretty much the layout of how D2L works. My recommendation, take a few minutes, go through it, make sure you understand how to get to the different pieces of it. And if you have any questions, always feel free to contact me.